Everybody, it is Erin Reed and welcome to my channel. I have a whole bunch of fun different kinds of crafts and we're actually going to play with something in a minute, but just to kind of rehash about what this little loopy hop is all about, you have come to me from clicking on the end screen, and to be eligible to win the prize, and it's a giant prize, let me tell you, there's some fun things. Newton's Nook is being sponsored. There's a whole slew of fun things that are going to be coming from. To be eligible to win, just really rehash, please subscribe to my channel. I would absolutely love that, and give me the thumbs up, and that goes for anybody else who is in the loopy video hoppy thing. Also leave a comment, that way we know that you have participated. And here is my quickie little technique. This is a fun little book that I picked up not too long ago. What it is it is a little index card on a spiral, and it has become kind of my I want to try a technique, but I really don't want to break out, sorry, there's a bunch of crap in there. I really don't want to break out a whole bunch of cards and stuff, so I just kind of play in here, and if I don't like it, out it rips, and I've already ripped about 6 pages out of this thing, which is why you keep seeing me pulling fuzz out of here. But I want to show you kind of a fun technique, and since Newton's Nook is a sponsor of this particular little loopy video hoppy thingy, we are going to, and these things separate so that way when I'm done I can pop this back in. We're going to play with this. This is the cup of stamps, and they're really cute little cacti. I don't know if you guys can see that with the glare, but it's pretty darn awesome. Alright, so my little technique, and you may have seen this before, is I have 3 little inks, and they're all in kind of greenish colors. And basically, I'm going to smash them, and I'm not going to worry about, I'm going to leave them, I'm going to smash them a bunch, so just watch. I'm going to smash them next to each other and make a big giant grid. And they do not have to be symmetrical. I'm just throwing them out there. I'm going to start kind of layering. As you get more, you can start adding in colors in different sections. And I'll do another one there. They can be next to each other. They don't have to be. They're just kind of all over. I'm trying to make this bigger than the card I'm gonna place on, because that's what's gonna happen here next. I'm gonna place my card on top. I'm gonna do another one there. Let's go back with this guy. It's there. Let's do that one, and then back with this. And I'm just gonna add a little bit extra. I think I'm good. It doesn't have to be perfect. Way bigger than it needs to actually be, which is cool. So this is a background technique. I'm going to go ahead and do it on the line side because I just want to see what that looks like. And normally you would take out an entire sheet of paper and just place it in the middle, and that was something that you then cut out and add onto a card or a background. But since I'm playing with this in my little thing here, I just roll it up, roll it down, and then I'm going to, and if you want to, you could take your brayer and go over top. And I had ink on the edge of it, which is why you're seeing ink. Normally it would not bleed through, but this thing was dirty. So again, I don't care if it gets messed up because it's the back side. And then you flip it over, and then look how cool that is. That's kind of fun. It's kind of a neat background. Now, don't lose all the juiciness. This particular ink is a surface ink, and it's kind of different. It's a brand new kind of ink. It's not a distress, it's not a StazOn, it's its own entity, and it works beautifully with alcohol. So I'm going to take my alcohol, which is what's in here. This is a water pen, and I'm just going to swirl this up. And I'm going to get it all nice and juicy. You could use water, but I find that alcohol works a whole lot better. You could do this with your distress inks as well. If you've got all those little oxides, those little mini oxides, or if you've got distress inks, anything along those lines, they work fantastic with this too. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take, let's do the plain side of the card now. And so this is kind of like a round 2 for something in the future. You take this and you lay it down, and you get all those little good bits in there. And yes, it is going to get your paper a little bit wet. You can then, and this is where I love this, I can pick this up and I can swirl it around. And look, it's kind of a really kind of cool water background effect. If I miss some spots, I can come in, kind of do that, pick up all those little goodies, and there it is. And it's this really kind of cool background watery effect. And then I have a towel around here. Oh, it's hiding. And then just wipe it up. Simple as that. So it's just kind of a cool background effect. I'm going to go back to my previous one. I'm going to let that, oops, sorry, starting to pull apart. It's okay. I'm going to go back to this guy right here. Since I have lines on here, I'm just going to use the lines as my guide. And I'm going to come back in with a black, and this is just playing. Sometimes I will do this if I just want to like, I wonder if this would work on a card. I wonder if this is kind of a cute idea. I wonder if I want to use this concept in the future, something to that effect. And maybe it's like, oh, well, I love part of it, but I don't like all of it, or, and I'm just putting a couple stamps on here for fun. Maybe it's, okay, it's too much. The colors aren't right. I need to change it up a little bit. You know, and I'm gonna go back to this guy. And I'm kind of liking this concept, but I also feel, whoops, that when I stamp over top of the background, the stamp gets a little lost, not a whole lot, like this one got a little bit more, but it's not quite there. So I need to tweak the idea. I love the background, but maybe I need to tweak the concept. So that's kind of what I use my little index card idea for. So I just went ahead and redid that particular little spot right here. The same technique that we just showed you in my little book. I went through and I redid it on a card. I inked the edges, and now we're going to play with that because I like that background, but I know I don't want to stamp directly on it. So I grabbed a couple pieces of chipboard, and I think I'm just going to lay them like that. And then I grabbed some really pretty little flowers. And it needs a base because right now it looks like they're floating in midair. So I'm just gonna cut, I'm gonna go back into my white. This is where I was kind of practicing. And it just needs a little bit of a border. I got my tape runner, I'm just gonna use that real fast. I'll use the wet glue for the other thing. Only reason why I'm doing this is because it gives it a little bit of a base. It gives it kind of a grounding point for the flowers and the leaves to kind of stick on. And I love that. Actually, I'm gonna put the flowers down first. I love the rawness of it, and I think the colors just go really beautifully. It's kind of, it's a feminine card, you know, with the flowers and everything on it, but it's masculine in the same effect because it's all this like greeny, naturey beautifulness. So pop those in there. Throw my little leaf, viney chipboard pieces in there. Throw one going up here. And kind of one going, now I'm gonna have them both kind of angle out. Oops. So I get for not gluing, waiting for the glue to dry before I'm throwing something else in there. Now I gotta put more glue on. And there we go. I was debating throwing one of these in there, but I think it's just too much. And it's just, there's too much going on. So that is my card technique using I practiced it in here first. Let me see if I can find it. So I practiced it in first, realized I don't like stamping directly on it, but I love it as a background, kind of as a cool technique. And then you can also throw in your watercolor and make that. So don't forget to check out all the other ladies that are in this Loopy hop. Make sure you click on them as you follow. My end screen's coming up real soon. Leave a thumbs up, leave a comment, please subscribe, and click on the next video in the hop. Thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye.